Hello everybody and welcome to yet another first look video on a different map. This is Ventonwyn Estate by Dustydave, and it says this map is a DEM map based about 5 miles outside of St Austell in mid Cornwall. You have inherited this large Cornish estate, but some fields were sold off before you took charge to pay off the farm's debt. Now it's your turn to make money off the land and reclaim the glory days of the farm. Good luck and mostly have fun. There are many yards on this map. This is to keep your machinery local to where you're working. This should make working the larger map easier and also makes multiplayer more fun. There is a total of 103 fields. Most are planted, so I'd recommend turning off withering. You'll find a lot of maize on this map, as this is a main source of feed in the area. You can sell your grains and root crops at either Maize Country Store or Long Lane Grains. Bales can be sold at Little Dowry stables. There are tight, long country roads, so beware of your machinery choice. That's where I always go wrong. The hedges do have collisions to add to the realism of the map and to stop bales rolling out of the field. Yeah, that is the main thing about collisions on hedges. Really good for stopping the bales. You have the choice to sell your milk by hand, and the map also includes pig and beef fattening. For any more support, go to FS UK. Thank you very much from Dustydave. So here we go. I literally froze when I first saw the mini map. You ready? Seriously big map. I think actually that is the biggest map I have ever been on in FS. There probably is bigger, but I think, yeah, the ones I've actually been on, that is huge. It really is. So, where to start? That is the issue. I have no idea. And also notice I am running soil mod, so I'm guessing this map is soil mod enabled, because if a map isn't, it just tends not to show up at all. So, here we are. Let's begin. This could be a long video. I'll try and condense it down. We've got the usual starting off equipment. It tends to be the same kind of stuff. Yep, just good machinery, good sized machinery, and a brilliant view over the fields. Already clear to see that the mini-map is not deceiving you. This really is a gigantic map. You can see like the brow of the hill over there, and then beyond that are even more fields which still belong to us. It's incredible. I didn't realise this was going to be such a big map. It is literally gigantic. So we should probably make a start. Let's get into our tractor. We tend to use the standard tractors that we get when I do a map tour. Otherwise, we end up buying stuff, and I like to keep it fairly standard for these maps, for these map videos. So, actually, first thing we should do is go to our garage, which is here, and let's just see what we actually do get. We get the AgroStar, the T6160, the Puma, the New Holland Combine Harvester, and then, yeah, all the standard small machinery. You do get the Rostelmash Forage Harvester. So, if you don't have Gold Edition, that obviously won't show up. But yeah, other than that, I think, yeah, it's pretty standard, which is good. So, here we go. Let's begin. Where do I go first? That is the question. Shall we go... I think probably if we go right out of the yard, because it looks like it's a dead end going the other way. So, yeah, if I just have a quick look, actually, I'll run over here. Over here is a track which I think just leads down to the other fields. I don't want to miss anything, but I also don't want to make this video really long. Yeah. Lovely track, really nice, and you can see there's some grass fields on the horizon. Field 54, 53 and 56 are down there, and 59 very close to us. That is how you get to it, this track here. So that is what is down that way. But beyond there, I think it is a dead end. Also note that we have lots of storage on this map. It did say in the briefing that we had lots and lots of storage, which is always good. So here we go. I tend to stay out of cab for these videos because you can see a lot more. It's also not flat. There's some nice gradients on this map, good inclines. You can see a forest over there. That'd be interesting. If we continue to head down here, it looks like we're getting to yet another yard, I would say. The cow yard. And also, looks like the storage point for the wheat and barley. Yep, and oilseed rape and possibly corn, but maybe not because you don't normally do corn in the UK. So yeah, wheat, barley and OSR. And it does have the little picture on the side as well. Over here we've got some more storage sheds. Plenty of storage sheds. In fact, that might be Yeah, I think it does. Doubles up as a silage pit. So you can put tractors in there if you want to, or you can put your silage in there. Around here, we've got yet more storage. We've got the forage harvester, a really nice open bay shed with the pickup wagon and also a mower and the seed. Here are some static cows. This must be the cow shed. I would guess that the animals which you buy will appear on one side. It won't just be static. I think that's probably just for display. They will likely be in the field, but obviously we don't have any, so I can't quite see. I might just buy some just to confirm this. Probably get more than 3 because, oh no, we can't afford more than 3. We got 2 in the end. There they are. Our 2 cows are roaming the field, and a very decent sized field as well it is, and I'm guessing that is for manure. So yeah, brilliant, really good setup. It feels very English, which is always great on an English map. So back into the New Holland, let's continue our tour. We can go either way actually. We probably should go both ways because one way goes up to a main road, and over there is the biogas plant and the sell point, May's Country Store. So first of all, we will go, I think it's right here. Yep, we'll go over here just to see what is happening. It seems very grand. It seems like a very expensive estate, this. Plenty of trees. Come out to the cab again. Yeah, nice hedges, weeds and everything. Obviously weeds aren't nice, but it just adds to the feeling of it. A lot of nature. Got some maize. Yeah, it did say that maize was a primary crop here. Now in here, it seems like that is the pigs and the beef. The fattening. So let's just make our way into here. No point driving everywhere. We'll do a bit of walking too. So we've got a water fill point. Another load of Dutch barns. Around here. Looks like a huge silage pit. Unless it's just where all the manure goes, we'll have to see. No, I'd say that is silage. Cattle shed and pig shed, I would guess, yep. So that is where they are. All the same situation here, it's all the same. So I think that is everything here. There could be a few more things, but I'm just doing like a really brief overview. Otherwise, this is going to take about 2 hours. It's such a big map. I think it's probably twice the size as a normal map, which I do. So, yes, we're going to have to blitz through this. I would love to do a really long video, but I'm sure a lot of people don't have time just to watch me run through the map. So back to the tractor. Field 34 on the left, more maize. And we've come to a gate, so this must be one of the main gates to the farm. At least this section, because there seems to be so many different areas. This does seem like a fantastic map for multiplayer. I would say it's probably better for multiplayer than it is single player. So here we go, we're going down the main road and we're heading over to the BGA, that kind of area, and also many more fields. This is just, I can't believe it. How many hours would it have taken to make this map? It's not like it's loads of fields just plonked down. It literally, everything is highly detailed. There's a lot of detailing here. I wouldn't be surprised if this has taken the best part of a year or more to make, because the detailing is so immense. So in there is what looks to be, looking at the minimap, the grass storage point or the grass sell point. We'll have a close look in a minute. We've got some road signs. Let's have a look what it says. Yes, this is where my pronunciations don't really come up too well. St. Austell and Tregony, I think. I don't really know Cornwall quite that well. I've been once in my entire life, so I apologise to all the Cornish people watching this. It's good to see there's lots of traffic as well. Ah, so it's a garden centre. With a pond, and I think you can fill up your water bowser from these. I've always thought it weird that you can fill up from these, but I think you can do. It's a water source. This must be where you can buy your tree saplings from. And there is some seed refill points. So yeah, plenty and plenty of triggers for refilling things. Really good. Oh, I love that. That is such a good touch. Thanks for visiting. After this car, we will continue. So, more fields, but up here, this is where I want to go to. See what it is. I think it's all the BGA, but there seems to be 3 different sell points, so it must be quite a lot up here. Again, we'll just walk. Site safety. Good to see health and safety have been here. Ah, so we've got plenty of silage pits for multiplayer. Bring it all here and then sell it when you can. Looks like it's 5. Wow. Really good. Anaerobic digester, wood chip sell point. Composting. Oh yeah, that is good. I still have not mastered composting, but I really want to do it. This map has got everything. And then beyond here, we have many large fields. Ready for you to plant. So again, really, really good that. We've only, I think, covered about, what, 15% of the map so far. Maybe 25. Seriously big map. So coming back to the junction, we can now turn right. We're going up to the High Street in St. Stephen. Yeah, that's where we're going to be heading to. I'm not quite sure what's up here. Obviously a lot more fields, as you can see. I don't know how long it would take to buy over 100 fields, 103 fields, if you're playing on hard. Can you imagine? That is a job. You'd have your work cut out, that is for sure. This map would keep you going for years. Right, so just on the right here, we have got what looks to be the machinery sell point and buy point with MOTs here. Yep, so that is where you can buy tractors, cultivators, all that kind of stuff, and you can also sell them here as well. That is the dealership. Directly opposite is another farm track, and we're going to go down there in a minute, but first of all, just left in here, we have got the cattle market. So it's where you can bring your pigs and your cows to, the fattening ones, and you can sell them here. So it's really good. Really sorry I'm rushing this so much, but we've got to get everything seen. There is so much to see. So down the country lane. Many more lovely signposts to tell you where you're going. And this is another sell point. This is May's Country Store. So if we go into here, 2 entrances. Looks like it's probably 2 businesses here. Yes, this is the milking parlour, I think. Supreme Milk. Isn't that off FS11? I think it is. Can't say for sure. I recognise the model. That is where you sell your eggs. Possibly where you sell your bales. Certainly looks like it. And this is where you sell your grain. So, very good complex, very handy complex to come to. Oh, and also, this is where you bring your wood to. So yeah, everything comes here. Really good. Let's continue. So yeah, no buildings at all around here. You're really on your own out here. I can imagine it now. Multiplayer. Pitch black in the dark. If you had a combine working on one of those far fields with the lights on, you can imagine how realistic that would look. It'd be really, really good. Right, so after driving on this road for quite a while, we're going to be coming to a crossroads. And if you turn right up the crossroads, you actually go up to a load more fields, believe it or not. We will go up there just quickly, because I want to see up here. But I'm pretty sure it is just fields. Just really wary about missing stuff. I would hate to miss something. Yeah, you can see all these fields up here. But there is something. What looks to be a pond, I think. With a bridge. Very nice. So I could have missed that if I hadn't come up here. On the minimap it just looks like a load of fields, but nope. a lot of the detail doesn't show up on the mini-map. So yes, field 1 is just up there, that's the very first field. And then we come to a load of gateways which go into sugar beet fields. So you really can do anything on this map. It seems to be a very heavily based arable map, this, not so much livestock, although it is everything. It's a mixed farm, but a lot of arable. I don't think it did mention how many acres or hectares this is. No, I don't think it did. I'm guessing probably 2,000 or no, probably more actually. 3,000 acres? Very hard to say, but it is a big map. And if it's based on a real place, then yep, it must be a really big farm in real life. So here we are back at the crossroads. Gonna go straight on this time. That is something I've not seen, I don't think, on any English maps before. Where you have your turnings off, like that. Obviously that is like you get in the UK. It's very realistic. But I think, yeah, this is, I would say, the first map where I've seen that. I might be wrong. But yes, that, as far as I can remember, is the first time I've seen it. There is definitely a high attention to detail here. Next place is Little Dowry Farm. So this is another farm over a cattle grid. To be honest, until the map maker actually sent me the link for this, I hadn't even heard of this map, and it seems to have totally slipped under the radar for me. And that's a shame, because it is probably one of the best maps I've seen, and I would love to do a multiplayer series on this. So yes, the stables is, I would say, I don't know if it's owned by us or not. Clearly we can sell the straw here, but that might be just because we're selling it to the stables. But still good either way. More fields, some greenhouses there, which we might own, not too sure. Diesel tank and also some seed. Plenty of seed. So back out we go. And we're going to go left out of here. And again we have another forked junction. Which way shall we go? Right, I think up there just goes to 2 fields. Or 3 fields. So I'm going to go straight on. We'll probably see what is up there anyway by going this way. This seems to be the main road. And coming up on our right, I think, is the sheep. So this goes down to field 98, and yeah, I think it actually does join straight up with the other road, it does, yep. So that is what we would have missed, these fields here. If we go back again, we have got yet another yard, which is where the sheep are. I think this is like a village or a hamlet or something. So into this yard. Obviously this is where the sheep are. Also we've got a lot of tractors here and our combine harvester. So yep, we've got a trigger here. What would that be for? That is must be a liquid. Maybe milk. Although I think we're at the sheep farm, so I don't know. I'm not sure. Fertilizer? Hard to say. But we've got wheat, barley, OSR again. Unless it is just for the grain, it could be. Could well be. We'll have to try that out later on in a future LP. Again, we've got... Oh, this is where you can bring the maize to. If you're wondering. Because there is a lack of sell points for that. I think it's because it's an English farm. You don't normally harvest maize with a combine harvester in the UK. But the sell point, or the storage point's been put there just in case you want to. So that is really good. And some more fields which have already been harvested. This is now field 100. Wow. And up here are the sheep. This is where they'll be if you buy them. And that is their field. So, wow, Dustydave has definitely got everything sorted here. In fact, I would love to know how long it actually did take to make. I think I'll have to send him an email if he's not watching the video. But let's once again continue our epic journey across the map. So we've got some more fields here. I should probably go on the map view and just see what we actually do have growing. Right, so it seems that it's not multi-fruit, it's just the standard. But we have got a bit of everything. We really have. I think we've got every crop on there. Including what I think must be potatoes in front. Now I don't want to have missed anything. But down there, I think is just another 3 fields. So we'll cut across into here, going alongside field 83. And this brings us to like a small woodland. Just a small one in between the fields, just to break things up a bit. In fact, if you look at the minimap, you can actually see quite a lot of them. These small woodlands dotted about. The question I'm asking myself is, how do I get to somewhere else from here? I think what you do is we go back on ourselves, and then there is like a dusty track which says private road. I think that is our way across. Otherwise you could probably cut across the fields. But just before we do that, we're going to continue our journey this way, which I think eventually does end up to be a dead end, but we can't go without going this way. This is called Long Lane, and it's access to all of our lower fields and also I think a few more woodlands. So we definitely have to go and have a look at this. This is right at the bottom of the map. It's as far south as you can go. Yeah, there is something up here. We could have missed this. Yep, it's the grain store. Long Lane Grain Store. That hardly even shows up on the minimap. So, this is where you can come and tip your grains if you're working in these lower fields. Really handy that. Right, I think if we were to continue, we would pretty much get to the end. So I don't want to go off the edge of the map because it would be ridiculous. But yes, looking at that, it goes to all of those lower fields. Don't want to miss them, but you can see on there, we've got like 56 to 47, that kind of number, all those lower ones. Including, actually just over there, is what looks to be a diesel fill point, possibly even another farm. So it's always tricky to know which way exactly to go when you're new to a map. It's very easy to learn a map once you actually do start, but for the first time, it's hard to know exactly where the tracks lead to. Timber falling ahead. Lots of safety signs. So yes, we're going to head up here, continue on this road until we get to a dusty track, which it's like a sandy track actually, and it says private road. That's where we're going to turn off, and we should be able to cut right across the middle of the map, hopefully. This is it, just beyond the houses. I'm going to turn right up here. I have already been up here just briefly, just to see exactly where it went to. And yeah, there are going to be a few farm tracks which I missed because otherwise we're going back on ourselves, turning around continually. Just going to try and give you a really general overview of everything. So here we are, over the cattle grid. Lots of maize fields, lots of grass fields with telegraph poles running through them. This is basically splitting the map in half going through here. Loads of fields. Until eventually we get to what looks to be another farmyard. I don't know how many there are, but there must be like more than 5 or something. So left here, another little woodland up there. They're quite sparse woodlands, but that's good if you're wanting to get big machinery in. So yes, this is another yard with lots of red roofs Yep, silage pit, more seed, everywhere has seed. And yeah, just general storage, really handy. Oh, and a diesel tank. And pesticide, fertilizer, that kind of stuff there. Heading down here, we've got many grass fields until we get to the root store. More woodlands and another, I think it's the wood chip storage point just over there. We'll have to have a look. So yeah, well positioned near to the forests. Really good that, and more diesel. No shortage of diesel and no shortage of seed. So this is the root store. This must be where the sugar beet and potatoes are stored. Along with more tractor storage barns. This is just brilliant. You could literally buy as many tractors as you wanted to, and there'd always be space for them all. And eventually, we end up at, guess what? Another yard. It did say in the briefing there was many yards. It is really good though, that. I love having plenty of storage. In fact, I think we get back to the first yard we went to. So yeah, as you can see, I have sort of skipped the farm tracks dividing the fields, but I've been to the main landmarks. So I think we're going to leave this immense map here for now, until a future LP, I'm hoping in multiplayer. I just can imagine this working so well in multiplayer. No rivers, well there's a few, but nothing too serious for people to mess the game up with, and it looks like it's quite hard to drive off the edge of the map as well. So this is going to be one amazing future multiplayer map, most likely after Sandy Bay. But there we have it. Thank you very much to everyone who has watched this video. Also, obviously, thank you very much a great deal to Dustydave for all of the hard work which has been put into this, and also for sharing it with me, for me to do this first look video. It really is fantastic, and it has to be up there in my top 5 best maps for Farming Simulator. So there we have it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Until then, bye for now.